Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Rainbow Six Siege, and today we're going to be doing the lion video, like basics, tips, tricks, strategies, and how to use them, when to use them, and how good lion actually is, and how important he is. So yeah, I had some friends help me in the video, Big Time Ant, Copycat, and NC Draymond. Be sure to go subscribe to Copycat and Big Time Ant. And yeah, let's get into the video. Just like last time, I'm going to start off with the weapons. The first weapon that line has, what most people use, is the V308, the assault rifle that deals 44 damage at a fire rate of 700 with 50 bullets per magazine, which is a pretty good weapon that most people use. This other weapon, the 417, the 417, is a semi-automatic rifle that does 69 damage with 20 bullets per magazine. And his shotgun, the SGCQB, is the same one that Doc has, does 53 damage with 7 bullets inside. And his handgun, one of them, is the P9 that has 16 bullets inside that does 45 damage. And the revolver, the same one that Twitch and Doc has, does 78 damage with 6 bullets inside. Although Lion is a big boy, very big boy, he has a 2 armor 2 speed, so he will usually not be the first one rushing into sight, but behind the 3 speeds that are rushing into sight. Whenever you give it a line scan, or the EE1D scan, as the Giga Nerds like to call it, the ones that know everything about the game, the lore and the backstory, that care way too much about it. There it is for you. If you move during it, you'll be pinged 3 times. If you stand still, you will not be pinged and your location will not be given away. Simple as that. Easily counterable. You just have to watch out for the 3 speeds that are rushing in waiting for you. And this scan could sometimes backfire, because those people that are holding angles, it doesn't really affect them at all. And his recoil is very controllable, like right there. That's if you're not trying to control it at all, and this is not even my best of trying to hold my recoil. It's not too hard. His gun is good, so I wouldn't expect somebody to use all 50 bullets in the magazine or just run out of ammo in general, because he just has so much. And his pistol, 3 shots, unless if you're shooting through a wall. Nothing crazy, you know, it's the same one that Twitch has.
I just realized I didn't ask for your consent. I can get sued right now.
Oh no. You can reinforce the floor?
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's a hatch. This is what it's called.
Oh.
I'll show you about that later. Maybe in another siege video. That wall.
I don't think this is a breaky wall.
Are you on the floor?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
What?
Is that a claymore?
Yes, it is.
I had to move a little bit for it to work.
What? Okay, so I guess if you place it down directly on them, it won't work. But if you place it down, if they're not right there, and they walk into it, they'll die.
Now, just because you have a lion scanner to where you can ping the enemy team and know their locations, that doesn't mean you should get reckless and just be completely oblivious, because, you know, if they don't get pinged, then that probably means that they know. Well, either way, they know that you're coming with the scan. And if they don't get pinged, they're probably holding a position, holding an angle, and ready for you to walk through. Like right here, he could have killed me either way because he was right there holding the angle, and he could have shot me as I was going over the deployable shield. And on top of that, there was a frostbite there. So I was dead either way. Now I'm going to show you a quick montage of how to use Lion to kill your enemies.
Do you get flashed?
Yeah, I did. Not anymore. You don't want to use all your scans at the beginning of the match though, because you may need them later in a 1v1 situation, or at a last second plant or last second rush. And I also forgot to mention, Lion has stun grenades and claymores, and claymores can be very useful at certain spots, like here at Big Window on Oregon. It's very useful, and it can be bad news for your enemy.
Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
There are two operators that can counter Mr. Lion. Mute and good old Vigil. Mr. Vigil. And with Mute, if you place down your signal disruptors and you're in that little radius and you move around, then you won't get scanned. But if you move out of it, then you will get scanned, and if you're not in it at all, but you run into it, you are still going to be pinged. So do not scramble to rush to one, unless if you're like literally like a foot away from it. Now right here I'm going to be placing down two signal disruptors close to each other, that way I still have that mute effect, and he won't detect me. He'll be able to hear me though, don't forget that. He can hear you, but it just sounds weird because they're not being pinged, and they'll probably think it's their teammate unless they're in a 1v5. But it will definitely confuse them and have the element of surprise on them. As you can see, it's pretty effective, but it does waste a little bit of utility to place it in a convenient spot. I would still use my mute jammers to stop droning instead of line scans. It's just that convenience if you buy it. There is one operator though that does not get affected by the EE1D scan, and it is Vigil. If he uses his ability, then he will be able to roam freely around, not affected by the scan at all, and he can easily kill you if you're not paying attention to sounds, noises, or area. You still gotta be very aware as Lion, because Vigil may catch you lacking. Of course, you'll hear him coming, of course, because he still has sound, but he will not be pinged, and you always gotta look out for that. Sometimes this cannot be useful though. Like right here, Tachanka is sitting on his turret in one spot. I mean, at first he was spinning around, but I have nothing going for me to stop that. Because he's in one position, he's not going to get detected. My team doesn't know where he's at, so I have to call him out. And if I'm solo queuing, then that's bad. And right here, Cav is roaming, and it stops you from roaming because your position is given away, and or you have to sit in one position. I was still detected either way, so of course I was going to die to Lion. And right here, I was in one spot, but I was in the open, so I didn't have enough time to react. I decided that I need more information on this, so I decided to ask the GIGN operators' views on team killing. Team killing is wrong. It ruins the game for other players. If they can't ace, they get shot in the face. And there you have it. Very controversial views, but it's the GIGN's opinions on team killing. Back to you. Alright, is this biased? Yes. Is Lion my favorite operator? Yes. Now, is that the reason why I'm making this? Yes. But seriously, Lion is a very important and good operator. He's often seen as toxic, so I know I'm a Lion player, my opinion may not matter, but he is very good. Usually I'm not the tank of the team, that's why I use Lion. I feel like he's a support character. He can help players roam, or not on defense at least. It helps attackers get across to places, and it makes them feel more safe. Yes, it can backfire sometimes, but overall, he's a good operator. I don't want to see him used everywhere, though. But for the people that do use them, good luck. My fellow Lion player. I usually use him whenever somebody's planting. That way, they can have a little bit of a leeway while planting, and they don't die right away. So there's many ways to use him. Mainly, the point I'm getting at is I use him for my fellow attackers to feel more safe and get across the places easier without being killed by a defender. Now, that being said, I think that's gonna wrap this up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Op 4 neutralized.